Today is the 3rd of May 2024. Okay, and this will be our second video on standard index form. It looks so simple, but it will shock you how many people cannot leave their answers in standard form. So when they say do this and leave your answer in standard form, they cannot do it. Even so, there are some students in the higher group. So towards this time, I think I want to revise about this we haven't done as a topic. I introduced it earlier, but I haven't done videos on it. So I thought I think a possible exam question, there was a question that I used standard form to answer. Okay, you can go back and look at it. Okay, so I thought I would do some video and talk about it. Okay, so we've looked at positive standard forms and negative standard forms. We established that 10 to the power 0 or any number to the power 0 is 1. And I did explain to you why. Okay, so if you have 4.8 and you are supposed to leave it in the standard form, the first number should be between 1 and 9. Okay, you shouldn't have two numbers, so you shouldn't have 11 point something. To change 11 to a standard form, it will be 1.1 times 10 to the power 1. Okay, let me just introduce the video and then we'll go on. Thank you to all my subscribers. Okay, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. When you get your notification and you watch the video, share, like, follow. Okay, as long as it will not cost you anything, please help us maintain, be in the community. Okay, so that we can let more people who need help get it. Please, if the account is not yours, don't put people into trouble. Okay, just open your own account or ask permission from the account holder. Please follow my notes/script. Okay, so here these are numbers. So if I say 1.4 times 10 to the power 3, if that is what you are hearing, it's 1.45. Okay, beware of scammers, please, beware of them. Okay, recap: we introduced standard form or standard index form. Okay, normally you want to add the index because that is how the topic is. Okay, and then in the last video we changed positive powers of 10 into ordinary numbers. Okay, and then I think we did it for some negative numbers as well. Okay, just watch last video for recap. Okay, now the example that I can give you here on the recap session, because for some time now I've not been doing any recap, because if I want to do the recap like graph work, it will take the whole lesson. So, but this is short, so I can recap it. Okay, so 1.45 times 10 to the power 3 into an ordinary number. So we're looking at positive powers. Okay, so we said If it's a positive number, you are going to move the decimal to your right hand. Okay, if you're a right-handed person, the distance. So you rewrite the first number, and you can see that it's 1.4. If it's 14.5, that is not a standard form. Your standard form should be a single digit between 1 and 9. Okay, 10.5 is not a standard form. Okay, so if you have 10.5, then you can write it as 1.05 times 10 to the power 1. Okay, so that when you change it back into the ordinary number, you get 10.5. I hope you understand. Let's get on with it. You understand. So 1.45 times 10 to the power 3. So it means you are going to move 3 places towards the right hand. So the decimal is here. So 1, 2, 3. The empty one we add 0. Okay, so 1.45 10 to the power times 10 to the power 3 will become 1,450. Okay, so this is what we did in the last lesson. Now I'll start here again. Today is another circle theorem. So hopefully by now, with all the videos we've done and the starter session, okay, you should be getting circle theorem. And I gave you a tip that, like DIY, at times you don't understand where the nail goes, but you can keep on, you can turn it that way, okay, or you can turn it that way, okay, and it would, if it makes sense to you, then okay. But so far we've applied all the circle theorem. Okay, I don't know them, uh the names by heart, but when I see a question, I know that this is a circle theorem. So even before I read the question, that is my center O. From here to here is a radius. So OB is a radius. OC is a radius. Okay. CD or DC is a chord. DB is also a bigger chord. Okay. C A is a tangent. Okay, and then from the center we have through to the radius. It's extended to intersect the point A. Now, all I've said to you is what they have written in the question. Okay, guess by analyzing the diagram. Okay, I've seen what now they said we should find COA. What is COA? COA. So we need to find this angle here. Okay, now this is a tangent. Okay, we've been told. So at C, that is 90 degrees. Okay, we know that is 40. So if I want to take, I've labeled the TB, which wasn't given. So if I want to take the triangle COA, okay, if that is 40 and that is 90, then this angle here at O is 50. The angle at the center here is 50. So that is how I got the first answer, COA. Okay. Now, the second one, we want to find CDB. So, C, D, and B, that one. But look at it. If the angle at the center is 50, okay, it's not drawn like we would normally expect. So the angle on the circumference here will be 25. Okay, so if this is 50, then that will be half. So that will be 25. So CDB is 25. There, that one, 50 divided by 2, okay, which is 25. Because we know that, assuming I read through this uh, to, like we know, with the center, then if that is a on the circumference, that will be half of that. Okay, so the angle at D will be 25. Now we want to find DCA. So DCA. So we want to find this angle. Okay, so if I use this little triangle here, if that is 25, then this angle will be 65. That angle is 90. So now 90 plus 65. This is 65, please. Let me rewrite it for you. Okay, that is 65 degrees. And that will be 25 degrees. Okay, it's all in degrees. Okay, please don't forget your unit. So if that is 65 and that's 25, and this one is 90 here, okay, because they meet at right angles, then what do I add to 65 plus 90 here? So here, 65, 90 plus 65, okay, will give me 155. So this angle here, I see the whole of this angle here is 90 plus 65. So degrees at C, which I have done here. Okay, which is 155 degrees. Okay, so this is the diagram. Okay, let me give you all the diagram here. And this is the solution. Okay, so I've solved it for you. Okay. So again, we've just applied circle theorem to solve this. Okay, so if you go by it, the more you solve it, you don't even need to know. They will ask you once a while, like yesterday, and then I had to go back and look at my notes because I don't know the names offhand, but I know how to apply them. So when I see a question, I can start analyzing and applying. Most of the time, they don't ask you the reason to give the exact name like we saw yesterday, but they can ask you like what did you apply. So you say maybe on a straight line the angle is 180. In a triangle, the total angle in a triangle, those ones you should expect them. It's hardly they will ask you to name the exact theorem. But yesterday I gave you one of the names, okay, which I did in introduction. Okay, so you can go back and just look at it for yourself. Okay, or maybe Google it and um, you will find everything there. Is that okay? But the main thing is you have to learn how to see circle theorem questions by now, and guess on top of your head, analyze it and apply them bit by bit by bit as we just did to get your answer. if you do that, you can't go wrong. Okay. And the thing about circle theory, even I find that if you are going wrong, you'll be able, something will tell you, oh, this answer is wrong. And then you go back and check. Okay, because after you finish, they might not add up. Okay, that's why I said if in one direction you can't see it making sense, turn the answer booklet, maybe turn it upside down or turn it sideways. Okay, because there is a chance you've seen a question like that before. It's just that maybe they might change the answer, the figures, but you should be able to. We've done a lot of circle theorem questions by now, and the questions that will come, they might be similar to the one we've done with this different numbers, which you should be able to do. Okay, that's why I said go after quality learning, learn a little bit at a time, and that is where the starter is coming. Okay, so in the starter session, you are reminded of what you've learned, but you are also learning as well. Okay, now today standard index form, that will be our second video. We are going to change standard numbers to ordinary numbers, and we are going to look at negative numbers. With the positive numbers, we move towards the right hand. So likewise, with the negative numbers, we will move towards our left hand. Okay, so if you are doing it, remember, so the first example, okay, 1.1 times 10 to the power minus 3. So we are going to have 3 movements towards our left because of this negative. So I'll repeat 1.1. I'll leave some space towards the left. Okay. So now 3 movements. So here's the decimal place. 1, 2, 3. So my number now will be 0.0011. Yeah. So 1.1 times 10 to the power minus 3 will be equal to 0.0011. Okay. Now the second one, again, negative numbers. Okay. And then we are going to move 2 steps towards our left hand again. So we copy this out, 1.265. Okay, that is in the standard form. We want to look at the original number. So it is here now. So 1, 2 towards the left for minus 2. Okay, so now we have 0.01265. Okay, as we saw here, or 0.01265. Okay, so now 1.265 times 10 to the power minus 2 will be equal to 0.01265. 3. 5.234 times 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, so now minus 3. So we are going to move 3 steps to the left hand, towards the left hand. Okay, so now 5.234. I'm going to leave some space in the left. So 1, 2, 3. So 5.234 times 10 to the power minus 3 will be 0.00523. Okay. If you don't hear the 4, add the 4, please. There is a 4 in the end. Okay. Now, let's look at a few more examples and then we'll leave it for the day. So, here, these are 1-mark questions. And can you believe that this 1 mark can be the difference of you getting a C or an A star or a B? Okay, so these are questions because they can give you a standard form question like this and ask you to change it to an ordinary number, or they can give you an ordinary number and ask you to put it in the standard form. Okay, these are simple questions that you don't need a lot of mathematical knowledge, or they can ask you to leave your answer in the standard form. Okay, because the questions they just have a few questions to ask, not a lot, from a lot of these things. So maybe one question, there'll be an angle here. Maybe they'll use sets to ask an area question, or a trapezium question, or a cylinder question, or they will just you can get 3 topics in a question. But if you've learned these questions very well, then you should be able to answer them. Like there was a circle theorem question when they said one angle is y and the other one is 4y. So prove that. Basically, that is algebra in geometry. So if you don't know your angles, your circle theorem, and you don't know how to add y's, then you are stuck. Okay. So little marks, drip, and then you can get. It's easy to get that. Okay. So here again, 4.862 times 10 to the power minus 1. So minus 1, we are going to move 1 place towards the left hand. So here 4.862, 1 place. So we have 0.4862. So 0.4862 is the same. So 4.862 times 10 to the power minus 1 will be equal to 0.4862. Okay. Now 6.175 times 10 to the power minus 5. Okay. So 6.175. Okay. Minus 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here 6.175 times 10 to the power minus 5 here will become 0.1234. So 4 zeros, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 0.00006175. Okay. Now 5.554 times 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, so 5.554. So I'm going to move 3 places towards my left hand. So 1, 2, 3. So 5.554 times 10 to the power minus 3 will be equal to 0.005554. Let's look at another one. 8.923 times 10 to the power minus 4. Okay, so today we are only looking at minus, and we realize that with the minus we have to move towards the left hand. Okay, so now 8.923, so the decimal point 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 8.923 times 10 to the power minus 4 will be equal to 0.000, as we got here, 8923. Okay. So basically, that is how you change negative standard forms with negative powers of 10 to ordinary numbers. Okay. Thank you for watching today's video to me. Please subscribe. Okay, share, like, follow. Follow my notes/script in case I've missed something. Okay, today there are no units to our answers, so it's a bit easier. Okay, beware of scammers. Take care of yourself online. Okay, thank you very much for watching today's video with me, and I'll see you in the next.